Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I really wanted to say thank you to you guys, okay, first, because this is new territory for me. Typically, I'm sitting on here with two other co hosts, and we're talking a lot of football and all that. So I'm grateful that you guys are here with me today. Um, so I'm going to apologize to everybody already if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. That would be absolutely right because I don't know what I'm doing, right? Because I typically have some help in here, but I got some very special guests in here that I just hopped off their show a little bit, talking great stuff about football. That's the Cowboy Zone. They put on a great podcast. So Marcus and Lambo, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for coming on with Teague's Take. George Teague today and hanging out with me for a little bit. Purpose of this show, multifaceted. One, to give thanks to you guys for just even, as these people are listening and coming in, and you guys can feel free to give your comments and, and say whatever you need to say or ask whatever you need to ask, and we'll make sure we answer those. But you guys are one of the first podcasts that I was on.
Yeah.
I thank you guys for just giving me the opportunity and coming out and asking me, having the guts, I guess, to come in and say, man, will you come on this show? And I've actually loved it. And what you guys do on your guys' podcast is great. So why don't one of you right now go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you?
Lambo, let them know. I'm trying to that's why my head.
First, thanks. It's an honor, man, to come on Teague's Take, and feel blessed that you've came on our show twice already, and came on that first time. I didn't think you was gonna respond to me, but you responded, and we had a blast. So everybody go back and try to look that show up. It's you can find it on YouTube and Facebook. It was a great show, the first show we had there with George Teague. But you guys can find us really on just about every platform. On Facebook, we have the Cowboy Zone page. You can search the Cowboy Zone. And also Marcus does Bluff City Cowboys. I do Cowboys Y'all. We also stream from those pages on Facebook. Twitter, it's streamed from Bluff City Cowboys and Cowboys Y'all. And it's also streamed from our YouTube pages on Cowboys Y'all and Bluff City Cowboys. So you can find it with all those, through all those platforms.
Yeah, and we come on every Wednesday night at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And also every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for our pregame show. If you guys want to catch us after Week 17, we're moving back to our original day and time, which is Thursdays at 7:30 Central.
All right. I do appreciate it. Yes, I love it. And you guys really need to watch their stuff. They're good, man. They're funny. They got a lot of well-rounded stuff. And, of course, they love the Cowboys. And with them being a little bit further east than me, it's good to be able to chat with them. Shout out to Tessie. That's my sister, if y'all didn't know that. She's out in San Angelo, Texas. We got a good group out there too. We're doing good, man. I just saw her not too long ago, so it was great to go see you guys, Tessie. All right, so let's talk a little bit of Cowboys before I talk to you about this fantasy football and how Cowboys y'all are still mad at me for a win a few weeks ago. But you guys you made a lot of great points on your podcast here. Just moments ago before we got here. But I want to hear you guys' take because we talked about it on Teague's Take a couple of days ago about Juju Smith-Schuster. I know this ain't the Cowboys, but I need to know about how you guys feel about this. Is it being overblown? Am I being overblown about it? Because I don't like it. Tell me why I'm wrong, or is it okay, Marcus?
I mean, it's an ultimate sign of disrespect to me in today's age. I know it's a social media age. He's trying to build his TikTok or whatever, but football is sacred. You don't respect another team. That's like a tribe. You don't go and desecrate their land, in my opinion. You show them respect, and respect to be given to you. And I just feel like he's going to keep getting called out. He's going to keep getting these big hits that he's taking. if they don't stop him, the hits are going to get dirtier, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
every team has an enforcer who will live and die for that team, and he's going to piss off the wrong person, and they're going to be like, "I'm going to make sure you don't stand on our field again like that."
That's right. That's
But
right.
that's where I'm at on it.
I'm in complete agreement with you guys. You know, it's an ultimate sign of disrespect to me. You know, maybe the average fan don't take it that way, but I can only speak for how I would feel about it and how I felt about it when T.O. did it. Like when you, you know, took care of him on the Star. It was the ultimate sign of disrespect from him, and then it was the ultimate sign of respect from you. And you know, it just as a diehard fan, I know most other diehard fans feel the same way and take it as that kind of disrespect. I don't like it at all. So yeah,
Well,
you're gonna get hurt doing that, man.
Yeah.
yeah, you are. You know, and it's weird to me. Want to say hello to Michael. Appreciate you guys coming in. I love our servicemen. I try to follow and interact with as much of the military as I can. You guys know my background with that. So anytime someone is a veteran, and I hope that you're okay, as you're saying, disabled, you know, I got a lot of respect for you, sir. So appreciate you being in.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank
Thank you for your service as well.
Yes, sir.
Much respect.
Yes, sir. Much respect. So the one thing, someone was making a comment. It was actually our family discussion we were having about Juju, and it was about the difference in the times and the difference in the generations of how they look at what disrespect really is versus dancing in a video and hey, he didn't really mean no harm kind of thing. So I think there's a little bit of disconnect from old school guys like me to newer generations who are just saying, I'm just out there dancing. What's the big deal? You know?
Yeah. Well,
so
I as a huge fan, I like to see players be proud of the team they're representing too. You know, like so players that would stand up against Juju when something like that happens, that gains my respect. I like to see players make that stand and actually show pride in the team they play for. If they get defensive about it, you know they care about the team. So I like to see people that, you know, show that they care about that.
And I'll add on to that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lambo.
Oh, I was done.
Okay.
I was done.
Yeah. Add on to that. You talk about generations, George, but every team has a guy who's been there for 8 or 9 years. He bleeds that team. And when he sees this young kid who he probably already didn't respect anyway, because he thinks he's a wide receiver and he's a diva and he's making money, and you come to my house and disrespect me, I think players now are disrespected by that. And on top of that, I look at it as a geographical thing because Juju's one of those West Coast guys and that Cali swag, everything laid back. You go get you a guy from the South, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, where football is life,
Right.
and he's played all his whole life. My Pop Warner team was I go to war for them. My high school team, I go to war for them. College, NFL, those guys are bred. Even at 23-year-olds, whatever team I play for, that is my family, and I'm going to do whatever I can to keep that respect. So I think it may not be as much like that as like you may think it was during your generation, but there are still guys out there who they don't take disrespect lightly for whatever team they play for.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hey, do you still have your little notes on your the who's in, who's out? Your
Yeah,
injury report.
I got it right here.
Injury report. So why don't you run back through that again as we start talking about the Cowboys and how this matchup is going to be? Because you really made some really, really good points about injuries. And can you hit up on some of those really quick?
Okay. First of all, thanks Jeff and Mendoza for coming over from our show and joining us on Teague's Take. I know you guys are dedicated Cowboys fans and you soak up as much Cowboy knowledge as possible. So we appreciate you guys' support.
Yes.
All right. So for the Cowboys, we got Antoine Woods, who's on IR. Xavier Woods is out for the second week in a row. And Zeke Elliott dealing with the calf injury. He's going to try to play today. Those are the big names who are kind of affected by the injury report. We have a A couple other smaller guys, but those are the three big ones.
So, what do you guys think about this calf injury as we're going into this game? Should we be hesitant about the way that they should use or want to use Zeke? What are the coaches saying in the back of their head right now? Do they want to try to push it and get everything out of him to try to win the game, or do they try to preserve him and keep him healthy? What do you guys think?
Me, I think that Zeke himself, just being the player he is, he's going to want as much touches as possible. But my thoughts on what the coaches should do is limit him. It's only going to hurt the team if they're out there pushing him and he's not going at 100%. I feel like Pollard should carry a little bit more of the load today, and just don't push him too much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm 300 pounds, and I'm not nearly the athlete that Zeke is. I've strained my calf before, and when you feel that little pop/tear, it almost feels like an Achilles, depending on how bad it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had to walk with a limp for like 7 weeks. It's pretty rough. I can only imagine a guy whose job is based off of making quick cuts and exploding, how much that can affect him. So I'm shocked he's playing this early. If it was bad enough from the miss last week, I don't think it's healthy.
Well, do you think that's part of the show, the game? This whole, because not having a doubtful tag a whole lot anymore, just questionable and all that kind of stuff. People don't really know how to prepare. Who do you prepare for now? Who do you think they prepare for? Do they prepare for Zeke? In your guys' mind, does our offense look different with Zeke or Pollard in the game? Do you guys sense any difference, or whether they call the plays with the running backs back there? Especially since we got to see a lot of Pollard last week. Did it feel different to you guys, the way they called the offense?
For me, I think we ran a little bit more off tackle than we normally do. But Zeke's an amazing running back. He can run inside, outside. He's a great receiver. So I don't think, other than seeing them run a little bit more off tackle, that the scheme changes that much. We haven't been running the ball as much as we should anyway. So whether it's Pollard or Zeke, I don't think we run the ball much anyway. So I don't think it changes that much.
Mm-hmm. I could see them maybe putting a little bit more focus towards Pollard in the passing game, just because I feel like he's an explosive threat. They get him the ball in space real quick, and I feel like they would be a little bit more fearful of him. I don't think it'll change the defensive scheme too much, like you said, but I do think they'll have some extra eyeballs on him when he's in the backfield, where he's going.
Oh, let me throw this
swing passes,
because I didn't talk about this one on the Cowboy Zone. The Eagles are missing Duke Riley, and he's kind of their outside linebacker, the one that does the covering out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. So that's something we should pay attention to with Duke Riley not playing this game. The other guys are more thumper guys, and Riley's like 6'1", 225, 230. He's the cover guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm anticipating to see how much they actually line up Pollard outside first before they move him back in or whatever, just to see if they can grab some matchups to move. I mean, this is going to be a big one for Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
it is.
But is this also a time for us to figure out what we really got in Pollard? Your boy Jeffrey, who followed us over from your show. Thank you guys for doing that. Really appreciate it. Saying, hey, let Pollard run the show for the rest of the season.
And like Elazar said, I would like to see Dowdle get a few more snaps too. See a little bit more of what we've got in him, because we've seen a very small share of him, but he's looked pretty good when he's been given the chance to get a carry here and there.
He's feeling kick returns, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do you think does it sound like you're giving up though when you do that? We still got a shot, right? If we win, I mean, I know it's a long shot.
And Haskins is starting today, man. So Washington can lose this game.
I say if they lose, we win it.
Yeah.
And who the Giants got this weekend today?
Oh man,
who the Giants got?
And McLaurin is out for the football team too.
Yeah, McLaurin's out. So
that's a Washington loss in the making right there. I think
Gibson's
playing a little hurt.
Yeah, I don't even know if Gibson's going to play this week.
Yeah. Man, who is New York playing today?
I don't even know. I was trying to look up some people.
Ain't nobody got none of the players on their fantasy football
they're-
team. That's
They're
why.
losing to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's why.
Hey, New York's losing to Baltimore 14-0 right now. So
Oh yeah. So I mean, that's
was
one
already
down.
Yeah.
And if you get Washington lose, then I mean, last week, man, we're playing for the championship. So
I would
I
we'll
don't
do
know.
the thing. It'd
And
be
that's
one
why
of
I
the.
think. Go ahead.
I was just saying it would be one of the greatest stories in NFL history right now if we sneak in the playoffs and win a championship with this roster.
Can you imagine what Jerry Jones would say on the radio if we win the division?
He would take a lot of credit. I knew it was going to happen, and I thought we had the personnel to do it.
Yeah, did have faith in us. I knew we had the right man, McCarthy, to do the job. Yes, sir. But hey, man, I haven't given up hope. I know there's a lot with all the projections of where if we can make it or not.
Yeah,
I still have hope, especially about it at the end of the day when we're talking about this later and we're tweeting and hitting social media with each other. I'm sure going to be looking forward to week 17,
right?
I guess, to see what's happening.
If we pull off that miracle, or even go to a NFC championship, the only part about it that would concern me a little bit, or kind of break my heart a little bit, is would they feel a little bit differently about Dak if they seen us make a deep run without him? I don't think they would. I know there's some people that say they might. I would hope that's not the case. Regardless of how the season finishes, I want my quarterback back.
I think we love Dak. I think they love Dak. I just think the timing of trying to get the deal done just wasn't right. And now he's got back against the wall a little bit coming off an injury. I don't know. Maybe it works in his favor. I don't know, with salary cap and different things changing. Who knows?
I think if anything, it would limit us in free agency because they feel like the pieces we have here made a championship run.
Right. So you can pay Dak that money.
Yeah.
But Washington put that ugly tweet out today from their Twitter page. I don't know if y'all seen it. It said, if, and it's a big if, the team in Dallas doesn't re-sign Dak, are you willing to make him the highest paid quarterback in the league for Washington? Someone commented on there, said the team in Dallas has an actual name. You should try it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So who you guys playing in fantasy today? Will you put in, because I was tweeting about it to make sure people knew we were going to talk a little bit of fantasy football too. So are you going to start Zeke? If you got them both, you got them handcuffed, are you going to start Zeke or are you going to start Pollard? Which one? Who are you going to start?
I don't have both. I have just Zeke. But if I had both, honestly, I think I'd feel more comfortable starting Pollard. I mean, like we talked about in the Cowboy Zone, he led the team in receptions last week with 6. He went 6 for 63 yards. And I just feel like, a 100% Pollard versus a 85% Zeke, I'd feel more comfortable starting Pollard.
All right. You feel the same way, Marcus?
It's hard not to play Zeke when he's active, but the fact that they added Saywell to the 53-man roster, that's a red flag for me. So I'm with Lambeau. I think I would probably have to go Pollard as well.
There you go. Well, I don't have them both. I did pick up in one of my leagues, so I am in 8 leagues. I believe I do have Tony Pollard in one. They ain't projecting him pretty high, but I'm hoping he goes off and has another big one like he did. Past week. He definitely helped me get a big win. Which brings us to the Cowboy Zone Fantasy Football League. I guess months ago, put out just to a tweet to ask, who had some spots open for their fantasy football league to see if I can get in. You guys reached out and said, hey, you guys had a spot for me if I wanted to get in. So I normally play in about 3 leagues. I took it to 5, so I'm in 5 different ones with just people just off social media. And boy, I tell you what, people be hating on George Teague, man. Be coming in. I think y'all be trading up against me, man, trying to give away some stuff. So
you were the number 1 seed, though, George. Huh? You were the number 1 seed.
Well, I remember with you guys pulling over because Consuela and I were headed to Oklahoma at the time, I believe, to go do a little bit of camping. And sat in the Walmart parking lot during our draft. So shows you how much I really love this kind of stuff and to be able to do that and interact with people. And I really didn't know how I was going to fall, when I got in this league with you guys. And I really thought I was going to get to the ship with you guys, but I fell short, man. I fell short.
The same guy that took you out is the same guy that took me out. And the same guy that just had Alvin Kamara, and he's about to take out this. He's about to get the championship. So we, for those curious, me and George both got knocked out of the playoffs by Dallas Cowboys flag runner Steven Cruz.
He's on our show.
He's turned it up in the playoffs, man. His team.
I know. He wasn't even 500 coming out of the thing either. That's why he's still giving me hope like the Cowboys, because he was 6-7. He was less than par. I was sitting at 10-3. Tuck was at 9-4. Stu was at 9-4. I mean, we had some really, really good battles going on. And I just want to say, man, it's been a joy. I know we had a little bit of – y'all were talking a lot of trash to me at the beginning of the year, especially this one down here. My finger right. Especially this one down here. And then he fell off a little bit.
I flamed out.
I was happy just to get in the playoffs, honestly, because I think you lost a big player in the season, I think, too, if I'm thinking right. I lost Saquon Barkley, my first pick, early in the season. So
mine was McCaffrey.
Yeah, so you lost McCaffrey, I lost Barkley. Just to get to the playoffs after losing your number one pick.
Well, him and Kittle. I don't know how I ended up with both of them. Maybe that's good. I had McCaffrey and Kittle. And I lost both of them. Well, I had him because that's when I beat. Let me get it this way. The other one over here.
Man, you snuck me on that, man. I think it was a 1-point victory or something like half a point or something.
Yes. Oh, someone look at your boy down there. He's talking about you, Marcus.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'll say that was the funnest draft, one of the funnest drafts I've ever done, where we did that big show and we had the whole draft board streamed and we had everybody in the league. That was fun. I can't wait to do that next year.
Yeah,
I think it was great.
That was fun.
We had some people in there wanting to be in the league saying that they can't believe we were drafting that way. But I think most of us had some really, really good teams. And it's been extremely hard with this COVID stuff, just trying to, figure out who's playing, who isn't, if the games are going to be. It's been a totally different year for fantasy football.
Yeah, this was a really competitive draft. A really competitive league.
Yes, it was. So I just think it was awesome that you, because where's the guy? What's the guy's name that's from overseas?
We had Stu, which is in the championship.
Yeah, Paul Stewart, he's in the championship.
And
he's
Mike
out of Scotland.
And Mike Poland is out of
England. Yeah.
So how'd you guys find him? You guys in
Paul Stewart, he there's a YouTube video out there of him. He actually got known because the Dallas Cowboys themselves brought him over from Scotland 2 years ago, I think it was, or something like that, and they had him on Talking Cowboys. They made a whole little mini documentary about him being a Scottish Cowboy diehard fan and stuff, and he got to meet Jerry and all that. So he had a whole little actual Dallas Cowboys piece put together on him. That kind of got him known. And the UK guys out there, Mike Poland and them, started a UK Cowboys fans podcast, who's been bringing on big Cowboys personnel, players, reporters, all that stuff for the past few years. And they kind of found us and just made friends with them.
Yeah, they're great guys, too. They do their show, I believe, every Thursday at 12 p.m. because of the time difference. That's about as early as they can do without it being midnight for them. So they do a great show. And Paul actually made the championship, and he's playing Flag Runner Cruz right now. Flag Runner Cruz has Kamara, so you pretty much know how the championship game is going to turn out after yesterday.
Man, he's scheduled to score like 200-some points or something. It was anyway. Oh, he took a big drop down. Look at it.
Yeah, at 6-7, he made a playoff run.
And you just imagine having Alvin Kamara on your championship week. He did take He took a drop. He was
He took a big drop.
Paul's Paul would have, if it weren't for Kamara, Paul probably would have had this championship.
Yeah.
That's Calvin Ridley right here. Got negative yardage.
Yeah.
And
Man,
Montgomery ain't got kicking in yet. I don't know what Deshaun Watson going to do since he's probably playing above their head right now. Cincinnati's beating Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a good matchup.
this is a good fantasy championship. You got one projected 165, and Flag Runner Cruz projected 181. Of course, like we said, off the back of 56 points by Kamara.
Well, it is what it is. James Conner touchdown. I set him on the bench. I didn't even play him.
Yeah, it's hard to James Conner.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I don't know. I just hope that the Steelers can. I'm not a Steelers fan like that,
right.
But I hope to see them play a little bit better on that slide and the negative stuff with Juju and all that kind of stuff. And it just you hate to see teams be 11-0 and then just people probably all my Cowboy fans will be like, no, they're the Steelers. Why are you saying that? But I don't know. Still
you gotta keep it real. I mean, we're all football fans too, so
it sucks because they don't want to be like how we are sitting here wondering if we're going to get in or not. At least they know they, top of the division, that kind of stuff. So, hey, man. All right, just one more thing before we get off here in a second. Okay. And this is college to pros, basically.
All right.
Urban Meyer. So all the talk buzz I've been hearing on talk radio this morning is that, he's been contacted by multiple teams in the NFL to come up and maybe take their head coaching job. Do you think he can break the trend or be one of the others who can be the college coach who turns a pro team around? Does he got what it takes?
You want to go first, Lambo? Or you?
Yeah.
First. How can anybody trust Urban Meyer? I mean, if you look at his college history, he's quit on 2 teams with health concerns. I mean, if you believe what he says and it's actually health concerns, why would you put him in charge of the most recognizable franchise in the world and the most scrutinized franchise when he couldn't even handle getting criticism at Ohio State and Florida? Yeah. This is a whole nother microscope.
Mm-hmm.
So do you really want to put him in an early grave by putting him here if you believe the health concerns are serious? If you don't believe they're serious like I do, he just wants to get his money and get out when he feels like things are turning around. So either way, I can't trust him.
Yeah, I hear you. They say at least 2 teams have inquired about him. And I was reading the Pro Football Talk a little, not too long ago. They said the Lions make the most sense, given Chris Spellman's recent arrival in the front office. That's what I was reading here on the Pro Football Talk. So, I wonder.
His health will turn real quick in Detroit.
Well, there's a lot of stress and pressure. If you already got that, I'm with you guys, just from a stress standpoint. Now, I heard that he's trying to negotiate who the GM can be and try to help relieve some of the stress, have a little bit more control or whatever. But, man, coaching is stressful, especially at that level when your job is on the line from day one on what you do, how you draft, how you're – it just – I don't know how it works to say that he's going to have less stress by going up. I'm sure he's making pretty good money doing the TV stuff right now, unless he's just, as you're saying, just trying to grab that extra cool $5 million, $8 million, whatever it's going to be. Go ahead home in a couple of years. I can see that too. But especially trying to take over a team now in the middle of a pandemic. You think it ain't gonna be stressful? You don't know if you're gonna have meetings and how you gonna go evaluate guys and players. Your scouts can't get out. Good Lord.
Right. And if he has serious health concerns, now you got to worry about him contracting it from somebody, and can his immune system handle it?
He got to take the shot, man. That's part of it. You got to take the shot. You can't opt out. Okay, I ain't going down that road. I don't even want to talk about that stuff.
Hey, I got a question for you, George. It was a question from the show that somebody asked, and we didn't have a chance to get to it.
Yeah.
And it's about the Kellen Moore thing with the Boise State job. What do you think? Do you think he should? Do you think he's going to seriously consider it, or you think he's going to hang around?
I think he's seriously going to consider it. Otherwise, he wouldn't even went on it unless he's trying to negotiate some kind of bigger deal. But he makes a pretty good chunk of money. Jerry paid him very well to keep him here as an offensive coordinator. So I did look, JT and I, or I asked JT. I didn't look. I asked JT, how much money are they paying over there at Boise State to try to pull him away? And it don't seem like it compared to even what he's making there. So the only thing I could think would be it would have to be that he wants the title, the control, to be able to go back, to weird words and kind of be the man and just stay there for a long time. And I have to let his fate be his fate and not based upon someone else. I know that when I've tried to look at other jobs before, it's been a lot of that. Well, the school I'm at now, for instance, the AD left and I was there and they're like, do you want to be the athletic director? That was a tough deal, but I knew if they brought in someone else that might change my future.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that Michael, you're right, that it's something that could add to his resume. Yeah. He can go down, come right back up if he felt like if it wasn't going well, jump back into a coordinator position, or potentially if he does well there, become a head coach, at a bigger level. So, but you got to be careful, though. If you can get down there in college, you can get stuck, too.
That's true.
Stuck.
You can make a lot of money getting stuck, too, though.
You can. You sure can, because you might end up at Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, something like that. Get him out of Boise. Oh, good Lord. That would hurt. But
how much is because the Boise coach just went where? The one that let me pull it up.
Is he the one that went to Auburn?
He went to Auburn, you're right. So he's probably making at least $3 million at Auburn at a minimum.
Well, you got to say that other Alabama school.
I'm can't say Auburn. My
apologies. we don't say a whole lot about that.
But
Auburn stuff.
He took a big bump from Boise State to there. So you can only imagine.
Yeah, I'll say if you go down and do well, I mean, they have to understand that they're probably going to lose a guy, if he does well.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough as a school, too. You want to get your guy, and you got to treat him right. I don't know. Maybe they give him a nice big house out on the whatever they got out there in Boise. A nice big blue yard, I guess.
Yeah, blue yard.
But I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I think there's going to be some changes on the Cowboys staff, whether it's because of firings or just because of people moving on and taking different things. I think – after this is over, they're going to have to do something with the defense a little bit. The staff, anyway, I don't know what that is. Of course, it's all speculation, but I think they'll have to address that. I don't know that anything has happened on the offense or not,
Right.
Okay. Well, look here, fellas, man. Let's go ahead and get back to our couches. Go grab us a cocktail, some potato chips, some pizza. I know Lambo was trying to get to something else. He had pizza and apple pie.
Pizza and apple pie, yeah. I'm already full, though. I had it right before we started, in between shows.
Yes, sir. And then y'all, let's do this again, man. And I really do appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. One more time, tell us how they can find you guys' podcast, how they can find you on social media. Marcus, you up first?
All right. So, for you guys who are Teague Takes fans and Cowboy Zone fans, I will be back this Tuesday. Teague has a couple of other guests who will be joining on Teague's Take, so we'll be talking some more Cowboys football. And you can find me at Bluff City Cowboys on Facebook and on Instagram and also on YouTube. So be sure to go find me, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Our podcast is every Wednesday at 8:30 Central Standard Time on the Cowboy Zone. And also you can find me on Twitter at Bluff Cowboys.
And as for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon at Cowboys Y'all. On Instagram, I'm Cowboys Y'all 88. And we also have on Facebook, we have the Cowboy Zone page as well. We stream from both of our pages and the Cowboy Zone page. So definitely, come find us and tune in. We really appreciate it. And thanks again, George, for coming on our show earlier as well.
Sure. Does that 88 mean anything? Why you got that 88 in there? What that Cowboys y'all 88 mean?
Oh, someone took the at Cowboys Y'all tag, so I had to throw the 88 in because I've been all right since I was a little kid. My favorite player was Michael Irvin, and I wore 88 growing up playing wide receiver. I wore the 88, and this has been a big thing in my family ever since then. Like my mom back in the day, her favorite NASCAR driver was Dale Jarrett, and he was 88, and most of my family's favorite players was Michael Irvin. The 88 kind of like stuck and became like a family thing. And so throughout the years, we've always just been big on whoever the next guy to wear the 88 is, and it's kind of just carried on in tradition. So now I'm just a big 88 fan.
All right. Well, do me a favor. Next time we come on, whether it's on my show or on your show, go find the old beta tape of you playing football because I really need to see you catching the football. I really need to see that. So thank you guys very much. I don't have no outro music or any of that right now. Tim has all this stuff over here. I don't know how to get to it. Yeah, that's it. So with that, we're going to just say we're signing off. I appreciate you guys for being in. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.